Remember that conversation?
Talking about abusing people?
Yes.
I don't remember the conversation.
Getting on tape.
Honestly,
We stopped at the night before. We stopped at the gas station on 15 coming from your restaurant to 46, and you turned off your car and you interrupted a song that I was listening to.
If you want to write this down, this is how we're gonna track them.
And so I kind of was like, what the fuck? And then the next day, I started making fun of you for doing that, and you just snapped and you popped me in the jaw.
Damn.
I don't think I popped you in the jaw. I think I popped you in the shoulder.
I punch everybody in the arm when I punch them.
Well, there's a different time you popped me in the jaw. Then, not enough to kill me, but enough for me to feel it. And I think I'm like,
Rachel, it concerns me that you have a favorite spot.
Aren't we all aware that
Good.
Rachel's a murderer and a very violent individual?
see, that's good though, because what ends
Full
up
of
happening.
energy. I didn't know it came into blows.
Older sister. I had a younger brother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
That's
No.
fair.
Rachel to have a default spot to default to, because the thing is, she's decided that I may snap, but I don't want to snap to the degree where it's actually going to hurt the other person. I just
Oh.
want to the point where
If
it's a
you smack somebody like with the back of your hand across their abs, it's very satisfying.
yeah.
It really is.
It does
is.
nothing, but it's so satisfying. So if you just want to get a reaction, it folds them in two, and they're often shocked.
Does.
It's great.
It's psychotic.
We're a violent.
I'm not
Clearly.
fucking violent.
Love the fear in their eyes.
The
You
fear
work
in
for
their
the
eyes
government.
is
Of course you're
part.
violent.
Wait, hold on.
Anyway, hey guys. Recording's
Come on.
been going.
Oh, it's been going on. Excellent.
Yeah.
So now we got another half hour.
We've got at least
No,
another
no.
30 minutes of main chatter to fill. To pad that runtime.
Got to get that.
Really give our viewers a show for being off for 2 weeks.
Everything is content. Yay.
Got a question.
Why is the Vern upside down?
Somebody flip me over.
Curtis, I got a,
What's up?
Take their
when you go
control.
to, you ever think, hey, I'm being paid with blood money?
That's the only way that I can fall asleep at this point. I've got to sleep to it.
all the children's being drone
Was that
drone
an
striked around the
in-question?
world.
Was that an in-character question or a you question?
That was a Curtis question.
That
You
was
were-
a Curtis
That
question.
was definitely
Oh,
a first
okay.
question. Jesus.
It's like
All right.
when Truman dropped the bomb, they're like, man, did you ever think about how many of those Japs you killed? He's like, nah, baby. Nah, I slept like a baby.
Oh, I got a big pay bump when Truman did that.
He did.
It was a good day for.
I will say it's probably saved more lives than it took. So
You ancient old man, Curtis.
he's not.
I
I
like
we know
that.
that Ahmed was not the only one who lied about his age.
Time is an illusion. I get paid to drop bombs.
Oh god. See, I think Curtis is either a time traveler or he's an immortal being who's trapped at the age of 25 or whatever the fuck it is.
He was that cowboy that rode the missile down or the bomb down to the ground.
I had to get it there safely.
Yeah.
He was the ghostwriter for a Highlander.
Personal escort.
Oh, God.
How long have you been around? Which era were you from?
How long does it take sand to crumble into dust? You tell me.
Multiply
Not
that
that
by
long.
10.
Not that long.
Jesus, yo. Now I've just got this chick whose name I've already forgotten.
Now, let me ask
staring
you
at
something.
me.
And you don't know, this could be a state secret, right?
You cut out for the first part.
Let me ask you.
State secret, but we're being recorded, so
No,
it's a
no.
trap.
It's going on
Yeah,
YouTube.
So you could say like you can't talk about it, it's fine. But let's say there's those circumstances that, like, for example, Obama accidentally bombed a wedding, right?
Allegedly.
When something like that happens, do you know if you were a part of that, or are you not that high up in the chain of command to actually that's what you contributed?
Well, he was just an administrator until recently. I still think he probably is, isn't he? Or assistant to an
Yeah,
administrator.
so, I mean, that's kind of a wild question. I don't want to talk about it too much because the fact that it's being recorded is probably something that I'm not supposed to do in the first place.
Yeah, that would make sense. Works with Pentagon.
So what we should do is we should save this conversation for 1 a.m.
Yes, exactly. When all the lights are off and you're just
That's why I
using
don't talk
phone.
about my job on here.
We'll call you Mr. Deep Throat.
That's a good nickname.
Despite it being kind of shallow.
Got
We're
it.
at the
One.
table.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
we are. We moved to the dinner set. Oh, why'd you take away control of?
Gee, I wonder. Unfortunately, there's not enough seats for Roland, so you're just standing in the back.
Well, that's
I can
rude.
sit on the couch. There's. Oh, wait, no.
In the theater of the mind, where I can add as many seats as I'd like, there is another seat for Roland.
Well, I think
I
you're
mean,
being a little
Sit on somebody's lap.
Or he can sit
I mean-
We hadn't brought 3 strings.
right?
little fast and loose with the fiction, don't you think? I see 8 chairs pie.
You know, using your imagination, there's 9. And it's on the ceiling, too. It's where
Oh.
Roland sits. On the ceiling watching all of you.
What is?
Rolling.
Roland, yeah.
Oh.
Like Batman.
You're Batman type.
I saw a little gif of upside down video of bats hanging.
So it was right side up?
That's
So it looks
handy.
like they're right side up, but
Just
they're like,
walking on the roof.
yeah, they're just walking on the roof. It's so fucking funny.
We have a colony of bats that are 2 blocks away from me. It's actually somewhat of an attraction in the area.
I bet so.
They almost died.
Hey, was that a pun? Hold on, was that a pun? Did you say I bat so?
No.
Oh. God, I need to get a new mic. Good lord.
We
How
already
does-
have a mic. We don't need a new one.
How does a new mic affect your hearing? Do you need a new headset? Is that what you need? Or was this like a separate conversation? It's like you ended the last one, then
No.
transitioned.
Same part. My mic is part of my headset.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm too quiet half the time, and the audio isn't great either.
Oh hell, the audio's shit because we're all recording through Discord and not doing independent files, sending it to me where I can then sound edit every one of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which we're not doing that because that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Also, I still don't know what happened last time because the YouTube video's not up. So
It's true. I did not post it yet. I am a horrible YouTube manager. I don't know. Editor. I don't know what it is. YouTuber.
Are you not our manager? I don't
No.
know our relationship.
I need
don't-
to. I need to get like just a picture of one of y'all, just like do like a close up, like half quarter, like it's in
What?
every YouTube thing, like just having you reacting to what goes on in the session.
Oh.
Calisius did what?
Just a shocked face of all of it.
Yeah. We killed how many people?
Not very many, actually.
Surprisingly.
Not yet. Hey, the day's still young.
Unless you guys murdered people while I was
Well,
absent.
so you,
We tried to stop you. You're a maniac.
what a segue.
When the lawful good is gone.
What a segue into today's recap. Only starting 20 minutes late. That's an improvement for us. Even though technically
It is.
it's closer to an hour late, I've just accepted that we're going to lose 30 minutes every time, at least.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like 20 minutes late. Wow.
It's just, you learn to adapt, and that's the adaptation.
That's why you're our manager.
Exactly.
So the adaptation is that you give up.
Yep. Anyway, so last time on Dragon Ball Z, you all had a wonderful dinner to prepare for. Most of you did various assortment things. You all had clothes, but I don't fucking remember. It was 3 weeks ago. What do you want from me?
A recording.
Sorry. I was thinking about doing it yesterday, but I was just so worn out. Yesterday was the first day I legitimately had all day just to fucking do nothing, and I took advantage of it. Anyway, yes, one thing that did happen that I distinctly remember, Clesius took, first Clesius got swole, went lifting. Yeah, he invented the dumbbell as well as the bench press.
Remember that part.
He went to the dinner he was jacked. Like, those were old man, like Master Roshi muscles, man. It was great. Then he took Roland to go look for clothes, offered to buy him some. The original plan, which was very strange, was to have go as a tandem centaur, with Roland being the head and I guess Clesius being the butt. They were talked down from that position. Clesius dumped some heavy shit on Roland and bonded a bit, I guess. I don't know. I can't speak for your characters. It seemed like a bonding moment. There was heavy shit, like how he misses Roland and Warren, and how his ally was just dead. Then you all returned, got dressed for the evening. Most of you just reused your opera clothing, but Vern never specified what she was wearing, for she was not here to do that. So it's canon now that she just showed up in gym shirts.
I turned my opera clothes into my gym clothes.
Yeah. But yeah, you left for the party, soiree, dinner, meet and greet, whatever you want to call it. You were greeted by a butler. Upon pressing him for information, you learned his name was Archibald Greywater the 11th. He went and fetched the lady for you. Coming out of a side room was the tall elven woman with blonde hair who Vern, Kin, and Crawford had seen outside of the Blackstaff Tower many weeks ago. What the hell was that? That was another one of your creepy sounds, Kin. Don't do that. I want to be able to listen to it again later. God, I sent that in the Discord, right? And she just made that really weird growl.
Yes.
God,
Yeah, I love
that
it.
was so terrifying when you're listening to it. No clue, just all of a sudden. Anyway, back to business. She took time to greet each one of you. Spent a couple extra moments speaking with Clesius. Was rather jovial. Light spirits. A little perturbed that Three Strings was there, but not too upset. She invited you into a side room with where your old friend Mert awaited you. You took a brief moment to catch up. He informed you, or they, I should say, informed you a bit more upon the events that happened a few evenings ago. A couple evenings ago. How many days has it been? Has it been 2 or 3? Whatever.
No idea.
2?
2, I think.
Is it 2? I thought there was... Yeah, I think it's 2. No, I think it was 3, because you had a day, and then the next day you got the letter from Haventree. Oh, no, you had a day where you got the letter from Haventree. The next day you sent the meeting time. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
I think we got it, and it was like, we'll do it tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah, because we got back from the Stewards, and then we slept that night, and then we got up, and we visited Rainier, and we talked to the Blackstaff, and we got the letter, I think.
We got the letter before that.
Okay, right.
I think
sorry.
I think
we
there was
talked
I
last
think
time.
it was 2 sessions, but 1 day, because we tend to do that a lot.
Yeah, whatever.
I think that's what it was. I think that's where I'm confused.
Yeah, we got drunk with Renair and Volo, and
Yeah.
then we woke up the next morning, and then we went and saw the Black Stuff, and this is the day of that.
Yeah,
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
it is now.
It is now. I think she's right though. I think that checks. Anyway, the events of 2 nights before, Mert was attacked in his home. He was able to fend off the attackers. That is when the Lady Haventree, not Raventree. God, I'm out of it. The Lady Haventree and Mert informed you of a new task they would like you to take on. They first swore you to secrecy, locked you in a soundproof room, or a scry-proof room, some kind of arcane effect room. And essentially informed you about one of the rumored but not confirmed dirty secrets of Waterdeep, of a secret council that runs the city, but it's not really secret. It's the worst kept secret of Waterdeep, I should say. And that they fear that the events of the last week were meant to ferret out and possibly remove potential new masked lords. And even old masked lords. Ivern was informed that they believe the reason her mother was targeted was that her cousin or aunt. I don't remember how close you are to the main branch. Is it
Cousin.
your cousin? Okay, your cousin was to be picked as one of the new masked lords to replace one of those that was lost during the assassinations a year before. But now we'll have her name likely withdrawn because it's clear that someone was able to unearth that her potential involvement. There was one who was killed. A couple more were attacked, including Dorgar Adderbrant. And your job was to try and investigate a few of the potential lords and current lords that they believe they have ferreted out. Amongst those was Jeline. I'm sorry?
For why?
For why?
Yeah.
So that, right. They believe that in order for them, everyone else knows this. You're the one who's out of the loop.
Well, our viewers might not know this. They might have skipped an episode, or it might not be up yet.
That's true. You're right. Or for future viewers. Essentially, the only way anyone could know about a Masked Lord is if another Masked Lord had information, basically. And so they believe that there is a mole, at least one, within the current Masked Lords that has been leaking information. And so they gave you a few names they wanted you to investigate. 2 of which they believe are current sitting lords, one of which is a potential lord, but who might have kind of shadier ties. The first they gave you was Jeline Ermbrisk, a noble woman who was in the money lending business, much like Mert. The second, Belmark Shelver, who is I believe, let me double check before I speak out of my ass.
He's in the caravan business.
Yes, he is not a caravaner? He doesn't actually own caravans. He doesn't really he's not a merchant. He handles more of logistics and recording information, if that makes any sense. He
And
basically.
he was
Go ahead.
he was one of the ones that was actually confirmed to be put up to vote for Masked Lords in the past.
He was confirmed to be currently put up for vote as a master.
Oh, okay.
This is what they were. He is one of the ones they were able to ferret out. He maintains hiring registries for caravan outriders and guards for costers using the city. Essentially, he handles the security for caravans and keeps track of what caravans are going where. You, being a noblewoman and having a little bit more connections and understanding of the way the city works, would know that basically the Masked Lords are prominent figures in Waterdeep. No one knows the identity of the Masked Lords, as there are many prominent figures in Waterdeep. But
Mert was rumored to be one, right?
Mert is one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he
Not
confirms.
rumored, apparently it is.
No,
He's
he
unique in his
confirmed.
presentation.
Yes, he confirmed himself to be one to you, and it's also been very much. So what? I'm a Masked Lord. Who cares? There's nothing you can There's nothing you can do to me. Bring it on, you pansies.
He's gonna get himself killed one day.
Probably.
Well. And the final being, I remember not trying to pronounce this name, but I will now. Cadraith Halhinner. Hinar.
Oh, I spelled that way wrong.
Well, I mean, it's in the chat. You should have just.
I'm pulling these into the doc, which nobody updated.
Sorry.
No, he did not.
Not my job to keep notes for y'all. I mean.
I know that.
She is a prominent staircase carpenter, or carpenter who specializes in ornate staircases. She is a confirmed, they believe, to be a lord or lordess, whatever you want to call them. I think it's just lord. I don't think they. Yeah, because that would make sense. Because if they did, that would kind of ruin the anonymity. It's like, oh, she's a woman. Anyway. But yes,
They were loyal to the path. They were loyal to the previous Masked Lord, which is a little bit of a potential red flag.
Not
right?
quite. She was loyal to. There was during the assassinations a year ago. The one behind it had attempted to take over the mantle of Masked Lord or Open Lord before he was, caught and brought to things. She was loyal to him. Or not loyal to him. She was one of his people, but it was believed that she kind of did things in her own interest, if that makes sense. He had to deal with her at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Laryl who's the current Open Lord?
Yes.
Okay.
Silver Hand or whatever.
Yeah.
Not Silver Mane, who is different guy. Who just happens to work for her but has no relation to her.
Oh God.
It's a bit confusing. Now you understand why I stumble over myself sometimes.
Yeah. We haven't even met Silverfoot.
No.
No, the whole. They're like
Wait.
Power Rangers when they come together. They
I'm like, who's
turn into a big
Silverfoot?
robot.
It's morphin' time.
That's how they make. That's one of the Guardians.
Yeah, that's one of they Voltron it together. But yeah, so those were the three. You are being tasked with investigating. Since you weren't here, if any knowledge you would seek during that conversation as a Vern that we might have skipped, I'll give you a chance to ask.
Okay, so just to confirm, so Jellin, Belmark, and Cadrathy? Question mark?
Cadrathy. That's probably closer than the one I said, but yeah.
Whatever that is.
Hal Henner.
Those three are we
Your
have to
current
investigate
targets.
and see if they're corrupt, basically.
Yes. Oh, also, they know of another Masked Lord. His name is Starduck Starbuckler, but they don't believe he's a real person. They believe that that's a.
It's a
What's the word? I'm looking
front associated with the shipping industry. It's a pen name essentially, right?
Yes. They believe they've tracked him before, but unlike the other masked lords who remove their mask when they're out and about, he continues to wear a mask outside of his when he's going about his business.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's. Yeah.
So they've never actually confirmed his identity.
Is there a specific type of mask that is associated with the Mask Lords, or is it like they wear a mask in?
There's a ceremonial attire.
Okay.
Think kind of like masquerade. They have like certain quirks to them, but for the most part, it's keep it as close to each other as possible so that you can't discern who is who, kind of thing.
Okay. Another thing of note, we were talking about Manchun. Based on the description of his golden arm, there's
Yeah.
a good chance that he's using high-level magic to it. Out of game, I think it's the clone or the simulacrum spell, essentially. Like, he's not unkillable, he just has backups.
Out of game, you don't fucking know.
That's
Backup
what
body.
the way that it was described.
But yes, you described your dream to the group once more. I feel like I made the call that Avern would made that decision
Okay.
since y'all did it before. But yeah, so it is believed that Manchun is using some that the Manchun that Mert, what's her face, Vajra and Rainier had come in contact with before was a different one than the one that is currently in the city.
Hmm.
That is what their sleuthing has dug up. Beyond that, you also, which I can actually do a quick pull over to the new map that is not nearly as cool as the actual new map, but it's what we have. Which has the updated where wizards have been known to live or are currently living.
Hats.
The wizard hats, yeah. Also has the bars as well as the area where the snake disappeared. And the places the current noble houses that you know of live. So you can see Fyland, you can see Tesper, and you can see
Haventree and Growhound.
Gralhoons. I mean, technically that's the Harper, not Haventree, but that's Big
Where
Lady
is
Haventree.
the Fyland, the pet people?
That's by the snake. It's the orange one with the really creepy.
Oh, I thought that was a mask. I was like, is that a theater?
Nope, that's Fyland.
Okay.
That is a really weird coat of arms.
Not creepy at all. That's fine.
Yeah. There's also the Hall of Justice has been marked with the Hammer of Tyr
Yeah. That one I recognize.
and Purple Rain at the bottom. Purple Rain.
What he's doing.
What's the green ring?
The what? Oh, the green thing. That's where.
Emo?
Yeah, Eskimos.
All right.
You didn't even need me to tell you. You just knew.
I wanted confirmation.
You wanted to show off.
So, is there any questions you know that Avern would have asked that we didn't, as you were not here?
Did we get a hint of where we could maybe find these three people we're supposed to investigate?
Well, you do know. I mean, they're not
Or-
exactly hiding because they're not. It's not supposed to be known they're mass lords.
Right, but like, where
You
where
know.
to start looking.
Yeah, you know where the noble house, the ones who are noble, well, the one who's noble. You know where her house is. You also can probably find out rather easily where her business is. You know, and if not, they would provide you with the locations of the businesses of Belmark and the name. I don't know.
Paul Hanar.
Halhanar?
And then
Cadre.
so Jellin and Belmark are both not mass lords, but currently we're being
One of
eyed.
them.
Mert
Paul
believes
is-
Jolene is maybe a
Crosworth
math.
and Jelline are both believed to be lords.
Oh, okay. So she is possibly a lord.
Yes, these are ones that were not put up for nomination. These
And
are already.
Thatnock's Star Buckler, we would know where he is because he literally wears a mask around, right? He,
You don't know.
oh, I thought we were aware
No,
that he
you
was out of
again.
dog.
It's another thing where you know where their area of business is.
Okay.
So like Dockford-ish, or
Yeah, it's somewhere in the dock ward. He owns a few warehouses down there,
okay.
or is believed to have owned a few warehouses. You know of there are currently, how much did I say? 12 mass lords.
13.
13.
Yeah. Well, I wrote it down.
Is it 12 masked and then they open?
Open faced lords. Let me check.
The open lord is it would be normally. This was from the conversation before. There is, on average, 20. Some it can be high as 29 at times. Some, and obviously after the last event where 12 of them were assassinated, I think it's closer to 16 now, if I remember correctly.
Damn.
Yeah, I have 14.
So 12
14.
of them were assassinated
Yes.
during that night?
No, not this. This happened a year ago. It was something that was kind of swept under the rug. As just
Place. Okay. My note says 3 years ago, 16
3
of them
years.
were killed.
I'm sorry, 3 years ago.
And that was by the Dragon Cult, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote down 16 were killed.
16
Oh,
killed. It's been a while.
Okay.
We
so
need those numbers.
No,
I
16 were killed or exposed. 12 were killed. 4 were exposed and resigned masshood. But I don't know if I told you that last part.
Correct. You
and
got
then
baited.
are they just now filling their positions?
It's a process, but yeah, basically they've been over time refilling the positions.
Okay. So then
But it's kind of like someone is nominated, they are then investigated, and to make sure there's nothing untoward about them, and then Laurel has basically the final say.
Do the elections happen at the same time? Or is it as we find an eligible candidate in background wise, they check out, then they're initiated? Or is it like once a year, half year, yada, yada, yada? Kind of thing?
You're not quite sure. They gave you some information on the inner workings, but not everything.
Okay.
Kind of thing. There are still some question marks on how things are run because they obviously don't give away too much. But from what you understand, no one mass lord is supposed to know the identity of any of the others. Only Laurel Silverhand knows their identity, and the one who may have nominated them. But even then, they wouldn't know. It would be kind of like there's a bunch of nominees. They don't know which one actually is made the lord, kind of thing.
so these are just suspected mass lords.
Yes.
Okay. And then you said all 3 of the ones that we're investigating are already suspected mass lords, right?
2 of the 3 are. One is a nominee.
Delmark is the nominee.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Trying to get this clear.
It's okay. It was a lot of information. It was, like I said, huge information dump.
How does one get nominated?
It is by their name is basically brought to the open lord by one of the mass lords.
Do we know any mass lords?
Mert,
We know Mert.
Okay.
who also knows the ones he's nominated. And I think he told you Durnan was one who turned it down. Lady Haventree was one who also turned it down. And I think it's the only
And I saw something in the chat about the Soltlu family.
one. Yeah, the Soltlus. That is the. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Growlhoons. The Growlhoons have done nothing wrong.
Wait.
Soltlus were one of the families.
What's the other gossip we learned?
Soltlu was one of the families attacked during the. Wait, were they attacked? Is that what I said? Yeah,
No.
one of the families that were attacked during the.
And the Tespers, somebody else.
Yeah.
Is it the Afrobrint or the Adderbrint? We have it
Adderbrint.
spelled 2 ways.
I don't know how y'all spelled it, but it's Adderbrant.
Adderbrant with a D.
Okay.
Dorgar Adderbrant. He was also attacked. Unknown whether or not he's any affiliation to the Lords. He was just one of the nobles attacked during the events while he was in the City of the Dead, or returning from the City of the Dead.
Who's he in the City of the Dead?
You don't know.
Okay.
He's an old man. I mean, you can roll a history check if you want. This is information you specifically would have the potential to learn.
12.
12. He's old. He is known to be the last of his line. Something happened to his family years ago. He had an heir at one point, but he is currently the last man of his line. Very much a pro-noble. He's known for helping out impoverished nobles or those who are seeing hard times, basically. But beyond that,
Okay.
sad old man.
And are we supposed to be investigating Starbuckler?
You really weren't asked to, but if you do,
Okay.
I mean, again, it was a name given to you. You can use
Why
it
did
as
they
you
give
please.
us the name? I don't understand.
They were just
Starbuckler?
they were going through the ones they knew and had confirmed. Starbuckler was a name they know and had confirmed, but when doing further investigation, they found that it is likely a pseudonym. Pseudonym?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not actually his real name. So they also knew of one other, but they refused to give up that name. They were also warned you all of the extreme danger that comes with crossing a Mass Lord, and that if you did not feel like taking on this quest, then it would be a no harm, no foul. You're free to go. We're not going to press you on it, kind of thing.
But to keep the information discussed in the room.
Private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to clarify, we are investigating these people to see if one of them was corrupt and helped Manchun plan this attack?
Yes, they have more than enough evidence to show that someone in the Mass Lords
Is in league with him?
Yes.
Sympathizer within the ranks.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't know how they got the information they did. They don't know, obviously, who it is. These are just a few names that they could.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but we are looking for somebody who's a Manchun ally.
Yes.
Did we ask if the Gralhoons are one of the Mass Lords or suspected?
You did. I believe they said that the Growlhounds are not currently. They don't believe they currently are, and that every once in a while someone will nominate one of them, but they are mostly passed over.
They were
They're not.
they were
they're not
being
viewed as-
investigated because we asked them to be looked into, essentially. Yeah.
They're not
That's
really
what
on
you
anyone's radar. They're influential, but they
Right.
don't have as big of a market share over Waterdeep, so to speak.
Sure.
They deal in mercenaries and
Yeah.
weapons, which there are many families that deal in mercenary weapons. And while they're near the forefront, especially because their weapons is known to be higher quality, they're not exactly rolling in it, so to speak.
Having money troubles, interesting.
Well, it's not that they have money troubles. It's that they're not to that level of influence.
Okay.
They're
I mean, the
nobles,
fact that
but they're not.
you-
A non-threat.
Doesn't the fact that the Open Lord passed over them means there's something wrong with them?
I mean,
Still
yeah, but again,
Yeah.
it there's a number of reasons.
Because they're poor and they're not popular.
I failed to
Yeah.
convince us that they were not related.
I think they're guilty.
I know.
Right,
I know
don't
you
count
do.
them out yet.
Literally just a history name drop, and you guys hate him, and I don't know why.
They were dicks.
They weren't. They haven't done any. I mean, he was, but it was kind of a.
They were mean to customer service.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, if that's all it
Tip
takes.
their driver.
I should have just said Manchun. Manchun kicked a kitten or something. Y'all would have already found him by now.
Yes.
Calisius would have for sure. Don't kick kittens.
Anyway, so anything else Vern may have or may have not? Any questions you have?
No, we have a new task. We know who we're investigating. We are at dinner. I imagine. Oh, did Evern embarrass herself at all?
No, you were relatively reserved and quiet.
Well, now that you're playing her, maybe. No, she was very polite.
Very polite.
That's good. Okay, good to know.
She remembered her noble training.
That's good. I'm glad that somebody piloted her like a drone.
Yeah, we left it to the government official. Anyway. So,
I was her.
as you muse over the evening's conversation over a rather fine dinner, did we ask why us? You did.
Several times.
Yes, you all did.
Oh, yeah, why us specifically?
Yeah, why come to us?
Essentially because you are embroiled in all of this. Basically, since you've come on the scene, all the events have somehow touched your lives, or you have touched the events in some convoluted way.
We're Harpers. We're not affiliated. I don't think
Yeah.
we have the financial assets to be competitive in this race.
Yeah.
Obviously,
And
we
we
could
also
always
know-
manipulate the events to use it to our advantage, but
A lot of the information already, which helps, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, you'd gain their trust. You've completed all the tasks they've given you. You defended an entire ward basically by yourselves. You're in tight. You saved a nobleman's life. You saved a monk's life. Yeah, you saved Rainier.
Oh, right.
You saved a monk's life.
I forget Rainier's a nobleman.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty important one too.
Okay, and the last question, did Calisius already ask what we're being paid for this?
You were informed that
I told you.
I knew, okay, I thought he would ask. Did he ask?
he did. You were informed that you would be taken care of, but no, I think some was given.
50,000.
I played ever perfectly. I was like, "Hey, how much are we gonna play?" And it was like, "Oh, Calisius, shut up.
Yeah.
We're not here for the money." And everyone was like, "Oh, you're trying to make her look bad or something." I was like, "No, it's exactly whatever."
No, that's
Yes.
exactly what Evern would say.
It was. No, no one said you were trying to make her look bad. We all agreed that's what she said.
No qualms with that specific interaction. You are correct.
She would say that.
That was very true to Evern's character.
And Calisius shut up whenever did that. So, ka-cha.
Don't bring up money, it's rude.
Fucking Pitcha.
Anyway. But yes, you weren't giving a total sum, but you were told that you would be rewarded handsomely kind of situation.
Okay, enough to put Calisius to...
Yeah.
Right,
Real-
all right. Good enough.
Who did I ask for magical weapons for doing jobs?
I think that was the Blackstaff.
Okay. All right.
They also, I mean, you were here for that, but they also asked if you wanted to help with investigating certain wizardy individuals and locations. That was also
All right.
left
Should add
up
that
to you. If you want, you don't have to.
Objectives.
You've got 9 days until the completion of the renovations to Troll Skull. These are kind of just tasks to fill the void, or we can just skip to those 9 days.
Is this a side quest?
Yes, these are side quests, but rooted in the story kind of thing.
So the tavern is the main story?
No.
It never was.
In a manner, yeah.
Oh no.
The tavern is a
That's definitely a pun.
Yes, that was a pretty good one.
shush. The tavern is a what's the part? It's a marker stone in the story kind of thing. Once it's completed, it
All right.
kind of sets.
The
It
curse is broken.
sets. Yeah, the curse is broken. Now it sets into or sets certain events into.
Play.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just being browbeaten by everyone that this was the main story and the tavern was a side story.
I mean, technically, anything's the main story.
I guess.
This is our game, so this is just as main as the rest of it.
No,
Browbeaten.
but what Ghost said and what I disagreed with, Ghost was correct on that. I was not under the impression that these were side, but they seem to be.
There are things to do, so we didn't just have to jump right to tavern being made.
So my question is this: are we? How handsomely are we rewarded depending on how many of these people that we figure out traders or not, or do we only get rewarded if we find the trader?
You're essentially rewarded if you find the trade. It's you can actually ask. It's kind of like a sliding scale. If you find information that helps lead to capturing them, you'll be rewarded. But if you are actually able to ferret out their ties, then you will be more handsomely rewarded.
Now, what if we are able to just eliminate some of the choices, save you some time?
Well, you'll be rewarded for that as well. That's part of ferreting out information.
Wonderful. Thank you. Where's the food?
You're eating it? It's quite a fun. It's a nice roasted duck in a orange sauce with winter greens. Very tasty.
Cletus will eat as slowly as he can. He wants to savor every bite. Is there more?
Certain that I can have more brought.
Cletus just shakes his head.
I try my best to use all the utensils given to me because I think that's the proper etiquette.
You notice Rainier snickering at you, but you roll a. What would this be?
Can it be insight to see how quickly I pick up that I'm an idiot?
Yeah. Oh no, you can roll insight, but or perception.
Okay.
21. You have no idea what you're doing. You see a number of forks and spoons and knives ranging in size. You have no idea what they are for or what you're supposed to use them for, but you pay close attention to your noble friends and essentially copy what they do. But you're able to do so in a manner that it looks like you knew what you were doing all along. There's one point where Rainier tries to trip you up and he grabs the wrong fork and you kind of do a double check with the other ones and
What a rude.
figure it out. Yeah.
Not that
Snicker-
difficult. You start from the outside, Rainier.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've dined with such esteemed company.
I feel bad because we went to his house and drank out of solo cup.
Cannon.
Buffer.
And
But yeah, dinner is wonderful. You make small talk. Is there any questions you'd like to ask these two? Anything not necessarily pertaining to the investigation, just.
if you could have any superpower,
Well, I'm already super strong, so I don't know who that was. A voice.
Lady Haventree.
Body voice.
Disembodied voice. She has a lift. Oh well, I'm already super strong and super smart. I guess I'd do teleportation. That'd be fun. I can already do that. What spells does Lady Haventree have? I know a fun one.
Hi.
Yo.
Is my bardic inspiration magic?
It is in a manner, but it's not like a spell, if that makes sense. It's kind of like an effect.
So like if I'm trying to like inspire my son playing baseball, would I be using magic or not?
Yes and no. You're not using a spell. How about that?
Okay.
It's magical in nature. It's not.
So if I do that, can like somebody detect that I'm using magic?
Well, I mean, you have to make sounds and such.
I mean, I have to say something.
Yeah.
For
But
bardic inspiration.
I would think if someone is knowledgeable of it, they probably could notice. But if the layman wouldn't know any different,
Okay.
if
Thank
that
you.
makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Let's see. She can teleport. She can go invisible. She can fire. Read minds. I wouldn't mind being able to read minds. That would be interesting. So much
Rachel
gossip.
brought up a good point.
What?
Mert, I appreciate your assistance financially, but we were actually able to scrape enough together to get the tavern up and running. Speaking of which, 9 days from now, we'd like to have our grand open. But as far as
Well, is it
short-term money, we don't need it.
Is it a soft grand opening or is it like a grand opening?
I don't know.
Only as grand as the guests that arrive.
That of myself.
Well, I'm disappointed to hear that, but I'm happy you were able to cobble together the coin as long as you didn't use one of my competitors.
Yeah. I absolutely didn't, sir. But as far as personal loans, I might need to take one out, but we can discuss that at a later time.
Oh, well. Always willing to help a friend. I'll give you a premium rate.
I appreciate it.
I was actually going to ask, Lord Mert.
Mert is
I
fine.
don't know how to talk to people. It's great. Do you know of any charities in town that might have money set aside for unfortunate orphans who were dehomed in attacks on the city?
Oh, I heard of that. Don't worry, we already have a few things in the works for Lady Gareth. We happen to be old friends, so.
I appreciate it greatly. That's what I want us to talk to you about.
Don't tell her we're doing anything, though. She would never forgive me.
Do you have a relationship with her?
Oh, yes, I've known her for a while. She's, as you know, a half-elf. I knew her mother.
Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
She's from the same city we were.
That was to the east, she said, right?
Silvery Moon.
Silvery Moon.
Wait, is Lady Haventree half elf or what is she?
She's full.
I'm a full elf, dear.
Oh, well,
That is so rude. Don't ask what her race is.
I didn't fucking ask her
I expected so much better out of you. No, she's full elf. A sun elf to be much like Davil, the sun elf.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm adding that to our notes.
Mert, would I be able to convince you to come to our grand opening?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
Oh, that it will only be grander with your rival.
Oh, well, of course it is, son. Of course it is. I'll try not to drink all the booze.
Oh, we have a special brew that's very exciting. Can't wait to share it with you.
Oh yes, you were using Fala, correct? I heard she'd been making some requests for some odd plans.
Yes, she's.
Yes, that. Yes. I thought Khaleesi was going to say something. That's the stinky plant in your room.
Nah, y'all. Yeah, I don't wanna mess this up. I'm coming. I'm happy.
The man who has the best charisma score doesn't want to mess it up.
Just give her a side eye.
Doesn't want to use his automatic 10.
Yes, that was Khaleesi. She seems quite capable and a great neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
She's very kind. I've had a few run-ins with her myself. I normally go to her if I need something from the homeland.
And Lady Haventree, will you be joining us?
Oh, if I'm invited, I could spare some time to walk down the street.
You must. It shall not be a party with you not there.
Oh, flatterer. Then I guess I have to show up. wouldn't want your grand opening to flop.
Oh, it would certainly flop without your arrival.
Oh.
I could not be more pleased to hear you that you've accepted, though. To you, and the merch, and to our new tavern, may it be ever successful. And I hold up a toast.
Here.
I raise my
Here.
glass to that.
Clink my glasses.
What's
Excuse
roll-
me. Am I invited to the grand opening? I could play a few ditties if you like.
Who's that?
Three
Strings?
3
strings.
strings. Yes, I'm here too. I'm still here too. Hi.
Yeah,
Lead singers.
the invitation is absolutely extended to anyone here. Feel free to come. It should be great, and hopefully we don't run out of ale too quickly.
What's
Um,
roll?
Maybe prepare some of your best jokes as well.
Yeah,
And
Roland,
some cards.
make it.
I have
That
a
we'd
few.
appreciate you there.
What's Roland doing?
I don't know. What is Roland doing?
Just trying to keep up.
Um,
I look at him while I invite everybody, and I just shake my head no.
Okay, hold on. Roland, we haven't known each other for very long, but obviously the offer extends to you, anyone within earshot at this point. I'm sure if Archibald is able to come, he
More
doesn't
the merrier.
he wants to
Does he
make
have money to spend on drinking?
the more the merrier.
I
You hear from the
messaging-
hallway a guard yell, "Oh, I'll be there!"
I send a message into Crawford's head. No, not the cop.
I just whisper back. He's been working with us, and if
For-
anything could be
for
more suspicious,
For a day and a half.
when we're in 11 more,
If
Or
I'm
at least
hearing this,
9
I'm
more.
gonna look over and it's just like, we just met Lady Haventree. How is that different?
This is me-
it's the
Well-
message.
Crawford did said he whispered.
Yeah, because you can reply to the message in a whisper.
But Avern, I
Okay.
would actually, Avern, you can roll perception to see if you noticed it. We'll say Mert is too involved in his duck to. Yeah, you hear him.
100% notice them being shifty and weird across the
Yeah.
I kind of shrug nonchalantly at Calisius and just like, we can talk about this later.
I am gonna lean over and whisper to Calisius though, like, did you want to tell her about the dwarf?
What?
The dwarf that we met in the cistern, I'm sure it had a cooler name.
The hub,
The hub
the really
that,
cool.
that wanted us to find, I believe, the deed to the Haventree
Yeah.
Manor, and we were thinking about pulling a fast one on him, but that plan didn't really ever come into fruition. We did talk about maybe just simply bringing it up to Haventree, like, hey, by the way, people are like looking for a deed to your house. Not that that would be anything new per se.
It wasn't a
for
deed to
someone
her
like her.
house. It
It
was,
was
a,
land outside of Waterdeep, but
Yes.
Oh,
That-
okay.
Calisius did
We got-
tell all of us about getting the assignment, and then we talked about like what to do.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if we'd actually acted on that, or like if Calisius forgot about it.
Oh,
no.
we did not flesh it out before getting to the house, and we have not said anything about it since we've gotten here.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay, so Calisius goes, on an aside, Lady Haventree, there's
Yes.
another quest mission that we've been tasked with that we have not been fully forthright with you about.
I don't believe. Have you located her still? Because I don't think we've assigned you anything else.
No, it's not from you.
Oh no. Okay. What you do in your spare time is your business.
Well, it involves you.
Oh.
Bring it up otherwise.
Oh.
Um,
Intrigue. I love it.
Yes. It's very intriguing and not personal at all. We were hired. I was hired to rob you.
Well, you're doing a very interesting job at it.
Yes, it was for a deed, and I was paid. How much was I paid? 20 gold.
You were
25.
you were the upfront was 20. He gave you 25. He gave you 50,
Oh, I forgot. We take a
and you
fucking
returned 25.
Yes.
on it.
I took 20 gold from the the individual that was giving me the job. Honestly, I didn't. I just took the money because it was, in the sewers. I'm sure the guy couldn't even recognize me. But I figured
You're
you should
pretty
give
hard
you a
to forget, but
What?
all right. You're a bit hard. You're a bit ostentatious with your presentation. I feel like he probably would know who you were if he saw you again.
could be, but in the interest of seeing that you are protected, as are your goods and your deeds, I just wanted to make you aware that there might be others that attempt to rob you and may even be successful in their endeavors.
Could you give me any information on the man who hired you, so to speak?
Yeah. I tell her what he looks like. I don't remember.
He was
Dwarven
dwarf.
male,
Very good.
had a beard, had a hood. Looks of the more affluent persuasion.
The shape of an L on his forehead.
The years start coming and they don't stop coming.
That's
He's old.
gonna hit my guy.
I see.
Makes
Yes,
the
I believe I
Ed-
know the dwarf you speak of. It was. Oh, what was his name? Gunther, I believe.
Could be. He didn't tell me his name. I tried to get it.
Gunther. Oh, Matt, what was that old? Their old family. They've been after that damn windmill for years for some reason. Stonebrow.
Well,
Gunther
What,
Stonebrow.
what windmill?
Yes. Oh,
Could you tell us?
yes, it's just an old windmill. I had east of Waterdeep. There's not really too much grand about it. It's been bought and sold, passed from hand to hand. I believe his family owned it for a while, but it was bought from him, and then I bought it from those who bought it from him.
May I maybe act as a broker for you to sell it back to him?
Oh, I've no interest in selling it back to him. We actually plan on using it as a possible safe house. At the very least, a place where we can grind some bread, feed the homeless, or grind some flour for bread to feed the homeless here in Waterdeep.
Was it like his childhood windmill or?
His family owned it. They believe they were swindled out of it, but his grandfather lost it in a card game.
Wouldn't I mean that's kind of cruel if you don't mind me saying that.
That's just business in Waterdeep.
But I mean,
It was a fair game, if that makes you feel any better.
I feel that if it's simply meaningless to you and it holds a lot of sentimental value to him and he's willing to pay you fairly, you should at least hear him out. But that's
I've-
just me. I'm just trying to get drunk. Maybe I already am. Just saying. If you could be convinced, you can be convinced to just hear the guy out. Otherwise, I'm perfectly fine pocketing his 20 gold.
Well, it's something we can speak on. I'll have to think it over. I did, as I said, have plans for it, but if this is a bigger deal for you than it is for me, then I could be talked into a fair price.
Good. Thank you. You are very kind.
It's,
Question
yes.
for you, Pi, the DM.
Oh, yes.
I have just realized that Roland is at this dinner with a whole bunch of harpers, and we do not know if he's a harper.
No, he was a part of the invitation as an ongoing effort to facilitate relations with the guards, or
Yeah.
between the guards and the harpers, basically.
Okay. So we're being open around this now.
A little bit.
He-
Yes.
He swore the same oath of secrecy. Not that he, will necessarily uphold it, but he
I mean,
was.
it might be a
there for
magic.
They were also already aware of his reassignment and his promotion.
Okay, they just haven't told us.
Well,
Oh,
basically, what happened is Roland is my +1.
no, Three Strings was your
no.
plus one. Roland was Roland was just invited, a part of the invitation, so to speak.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Assumed to be attending, I should say.
Well, just so it's clear, he was sulking around outside our bar, our tavern.
Right.
Do we know that?
Huh?
Do we know that in character?
Yeah, well, no, he was asking questions around the thing, and Felicius found him.
Oh.
This was last session. Like this is what they did before, and then he took.
Oh, I thought he was asking our neighbors, but I didn't think. I
Yeah.
thought that was just him doing it by himself.
Yeah, but then Khaleesi's found him after he finished that.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, "Yo, bro, you want to come to this thing with me?" And he's like, "Sure."
I thought he was already coming to dinner, but that was me.
He was already invited. He was on the invitation.
Well, he
Oh,
wasn't on the invitation, so to speak. Again, he was assumed to be attending. Three Strings
Yeah.
is the interloper, so to speak.
I kind of
grand old
him, but I
time.
was gonna blow him off for Dante, but then I was like, who wants to find Dante, right?
Right, poor man.
I need a way to get like Mike into this place, so he's just not sitting there for an evening.
Wait, please, Dante's dead. It's not your fault.
He's not dead.
Dante was here on a work visa. He got deported. What are you talking about?
No, Dante.
Shh, I was holding
Roland!
that back, man.
I want that to be canon. Roland knows.
Oh,
Dead. We broke him physically and mentally, and then he was just.
deported.
God
Poor
damn.
man.
Working job, so he could visa.
Well, at least he was paid for his cart.
He didn't remain eligible after the accident on the mountain.
he was not eligible for any reparations from the state. Everin gave him a personal reparation and
Yeah.
then told him to get lost.
The state told him to beat it.
I was like, you should get out of here while you can.
He started a new life in Neverwinter.
He's probably happier now.
Yeah,
He's probably happier now.
at least safer.
Who knows? He
Okay.
he could be an adventurer. Maybe in whoever's next campaign, you can be Dante, and you can tell us what happened to him.
No.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
Just so it's clear to everybody, the rationale between Khaleesi and being cool with inviting him here versus inviting him to our bar is that Khaleesi doesn't want to let Roland into his own house. He's fine bringing him into other people's houses.
Even if other people's houses have even more secrets and Roland has already been in our house.
Roland has been in our house.
Roland has looked through every single one of our rooms in depth.
Technically,
Crawford-
the only
Crawford
one who knows
back.
that is Crawford.
That's
Well,
fact.
technically, Crawford doesn't know that. He has reason to
Crawford
suspect.
suspects.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, then again, there were also orphans there, so they easily could have tried to go into your room as well.
That is true.
Did Roland take a bath and wash the ale off of himself?
I don't know. I don't remember. That was weeks ago.
Well, I'm definitely in different clothes now.
Yeah. Would assumed he got prettied up for this.
Now, in the spirit of exchanging information and coming clean, do we know that much about your station? Because I think if Crawford doesn't know in character, he would probably ask for a little bit more information. We did meet you literally like a day and a half ago, and you're suddenly being invited to like these pretty secret
Secret?
events.
Hold on. I
Like
think
we're discussing masked lords and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I was like, wait a minute, Roland's here. What do we know? What?
Yeah.
I think it's
Roland's-
been a couple days actually.
Well, that and Roland's been more privy to some information than y'all were, because he's a guard and has to guard said lords.
That I think the day you guys met me, I said I was like, yeah. As far as I know, you don't really know anything other than I was formerly a guard, not
Okay.
currently a guard, because
Well, no, they have been.
We heard wind of a promotion or a
Yeah.
position.
yeah.
Multiple people have said you congratulated you on your promotion.
Yeah, well, they haven't asked me about it yet.
But yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
I
just spoke
think
to him
that
about it.
I think that at this point in time, Crawford would probably want to know a little bit more.
Oh,
Whether or not you tell him is obviously up to your character, but I think it kind of makes sense that he's like, and by the way, we've known you for a couple days.
Yeah,
What
I
is
think-
your
if you have questions, ask.
Everin would have been doing the when we started the secret discussions, like making eyes at Roland and then at Crawford and then at Lady Haventree and just making like panic face everywhere until everybody just like continued on and then you guys ignored her. But that would have canonically happened where Everin was like, wait a minute.
Okay. I believe when we met you, you were in a different position that you currently are that allows you to be privy to conversations like this. What exactly do you do work-wise?
Didn't he
Um,
say that he wasn't with the guards anymore?
Well,
Well, he is, because he still addresses. We met at the Blackstaffs. Believe that was still your superior, was it not?
no. I worked with him before, but I'm no longer working under him. Apparently, I when I met you guys, I walked out on the job, so I was expecting to no longer have a job. Turns out, saving a ward of a city gives you lands you a promotion. So here I am.
You were on leave. You had asked for leave to pursue this.
Did I?
Yes, that was at least that's what you told me.
Okay. You don't seem to operate like a traditional guard captain. What is your station?
Well, not quite a captain yet. A lieutenant. Actually, yeah, I'm still waiting on that assignment that promotion was dropped on me. Not is it yesterday. Seems like yesterday.
It was
Feels like
pretty much
yesterday.
literally yesterday, right? It was
Yeah.
very
I
recent.
think it was the morning of yesterday.
I have actually not yet reported to my new superior yet. So, as of right now, I'm kind of
So you're operating without actionables on your new position that you will know of what it entails, or you do know what it entails, but yet to meet your supervisor. I apologize for. I know I'm being a
I was
little bit.
put on an assignment. Well, technically, the job was to actually continue what I was doing, which is investigating
Ever,
Uh,
the situation right now.
ever.
what?
Zone
I'm
of
trying
truth.
to listen.
No. I that is a little bit.
Some of the truth sounds fun.
No, that we don't need to use spells per se. 'Cause I don't know. That just can I do some kind of check? Because he said he got promoted, but he's doing the same thing.
You're
What
on
if-
site.
Doing what I was doing already.
Right.
You can
Yeah,
roll insight if you want.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I want to roll against him. I guess I can. Do you kind of get what I'm saying, though? I don't know.
You want to make sure that, as best you can, to you, he's telling the truth, or as what Crawford thinks might be the truth.
You do
Or
notice-
any changes in body language. I know insight checks are not lie detectors.
Well, if it
Well-
were, yours would have just failed. But
Yeah.
Well, unless Roland rolled a shitty deception.
Technically not. I mean, it's
He's
kind
not-
of a deception.
not
I haven't
you're
said
not
a lie.
Nothing.
No,
you
he's
said
being
is a
very.
lie.
I mean, Crawford knows the game. He's being very particular with his words.
Yeah.
I would
Lady
say
Haventree-
you
Don't
are trying
thing.
to mislead him.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a deception.
You can roll deception, but
Not raw deception though.
yeah, I mean, just do raw deception for now. But it's not like you're not necessarily beating what he rolled insight. Didn't matter. You do notice that there are everyone's eyes minus 3 strings and anyone who doesn't, any of your group who doesn't really give a shit about the answer, kind of locked on you, and they're all eyeing you up.
Zone of truth.
Haventree it gives you kind of a knowing smile, but
Well, I for one, welcome someone such as yourself. You seem
No.
well put together and got a good head on his shoulders, and ultimately seems like you're fighting for if not the same cause, then our roads are in parallel, at least for now.
Crawford, are you not naive? Just because he killed a few monsters on the street with us one day doesn't make all the rest of that true.
I just put my hand on Clesis' shoulder and smile at him. If you have questions, why don't you ask them, please? I feel
Well, yeah.
satisfied for now.
Great, thank you, Everett. Can you do you mind casting Zone of Truth?
I try to only ask or cast that if people consent to it, which I don't know if a dinner party is the right avenue for that, but
Like
only if Roland would be comfortable with it. I don't
Well,
enjoy interrogating our friends personally.
no, just not our friends, just Roland. The new guy.
I mean,
And
once somebody has, defended a city ward with you, it's really hard to not see them as a friend. I mean, that's how we became friends, Calisius.
But are we friends?
I guess
Calisius.
not.
And if most of you have decent passive perception, you're all watching. Like, Lady Haventree's just like eating this all up. She's just enjoying the hell out of it. Rainier is just shaking his head and just looking away.
Well, if you
Mert-
want entertainment, oh, I'm sorry, you got it.
I was just gonna say, Mert just seems a bit annoyed and is kind of glowering at Calisius, but not saying anything.
If you would like any more entertainment from us, then I suggest you see us in 9 days. But I don't think there's anything less to do besides just eat the dinner and continue on with the information that you've given us at this time.
Pleasant conversation time.
Yes.
Lord Mert, it was such a joy to see that play with you a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
have you
it's
seen
always been
anything
my
new in the
favorite.
theater lately? And I lock eyes with Ken, who I know is going to fall asleep at this conversation.
Oh, there's a few coming into town. I wouldn't mind seeing. If you need tickets, I can certainly allow you to use my private booth again if you'd like.
Well, it was definitely a joy, but part of that might have been your company, of course.
Oh, well, a bunch of flatterers.
I'm perplexed. There's a new guy here. None of us really know him. It's like he didn't exist until a couple of days ago. And hold on.
If it makes you feel any better, Calisius, he was well vetted. We know of him. He's a good
Hold on.
sort.
Let me say what I gotta say, and then if it's Everett's spell, if she doesn't feel like casting it or people aren't comfortable, it's okay. I'm just saying. Bro, we don't know each other. I've been screwed over a few times in my past. Seems like the rest of you have had the privilege of not experiencing that. Perfectly cool. Whatever. Sweetheart, probably do our due diligence as to this person who just happened to show up. Hold on. Happened to show up.
Sweetheart!
Place and time, Fleethius.
Did you just call me sweetheart?
Well, this
With
is
all the love in
great.
the world. With all
I
the
will fucking show you who's a sweetheart!
You hear Neil go, I am so sorry about this. I should have done a better job warning you.
I am so full.
Just hold on. I'm personally very bothered by the fact that this person just showed up into our lives a few minutes between an all-out attack on our ward, and he just happens to be our best friend when that happened. Okay, I'm just saying, just weird.
It
That-
is weird.
Right now,
But
if you don't
Lady
want to do
Haventree, hang on. Lady Haventree assures us she has vetted the men. He did, in
Yes.
fact, help us. I think we should trust our allies. And if you have questions, I would be happy to, what's the word I'm looking for? Mediate between the two of you later at the appropriate time and place and not in the middle of a dinner party. Okay?
Yes, you're bringing down the mood a bit.
I just wanted to be publicly expressed. I think we're in jail. That's all.
You have made yourself known. Now, can we move on to more pleasant topics?
Yes, please. Ken, what are your plans doing?
Oh, are you a gardener, Miss Summerstars?
Trying to be. It's not going so great. I feel like I should have read my books better.
Well, it
There's
is.
been a lot going on, so I haven't really done all my readings. They're droopy.
It is the middle of winter. It's hard to get them to grow. I could give you some tips if you like.
Would be nice. I would like that. Should I bring them inside? that help them?
It wouldn't hurt. There are also some spells you can do that can perk them up a bit. Fala can even help you with that if you like. Is your neighbor.
Good. I don't want to impose. We've kind of imposed on her.
Well, it is her business. I'm sure if you parted with a few coins.
If you bribe her with money, she would tell you about plants.
I don't know if it's a bribe or
An
a
interesting way
payment.
of putting it, but yes. He's not wrong.
She goes into her pouch and starts counting out coppers. Like, is this enough?
Makes me sad.
Don't know her rates, but I'm sure she'll put in a friendly discount as well.
Maybe more.
She's quite fair, Father.
I do actually have another question, Lady Haventree.
Of course.
Might be a bit impertinent, but
The
seeing
best
as
kind.
we spoke to him earlier today, do you happen to know Davil's Sun Song? Star Song?
You notice her expression falter for a bit, and then return to her kind of.
You look a wee bit similar.
I'm.
Everyone
Oh my god, that one was in character.
She buries herself under the table.
Holy shit.
I am not the biggest fan of Davil. He is a bit of a swindler.
Yeah, he's one of your people. God. Oh. The beacon on the rock has fallen.
I didn't.
I eat food quickly.
Oh,
I am aware of Davil. Obviously, we've currently had him under our watch before Tirbanir let him get away. He kind of sinks in his chair a bit.
well, obviously he's staying with the Blackstaff right now.
Oh, fashion.
He's an interesting fellow, is all. And I was wondering if you knew any of his businesses.
Oh, I know many of his businesses. His largest is, of course, the Black Network, which he seemingly cut off from now that Manchun's muscled into his territory. Schemo owns a potion shop. There's a moneylender whose name I've certainly forgotten. It was the chick you're supposed to contact. Where the fuck is she?
Istrid Horn?
Oh, yes, it would be Istrid Horn. Oh, that's right. She's your rival. Oh, silly. Poor Mert. She's been outdoing him this year. She is not. I'm making quite a few coins myself. I don't need it anyway. It's fine. Yes. Istrid is a moneylender. Schemo is involved with potions. There is Yagra, sword for hire, which I'm sure you all know her quite well.
Yes, we've been working with three strings, not three fingers, 3 strings, and Yagra to catch first soul.
Let's see. Who else is there? There's Tashlin, Yafira. She handles gaining weapons for them. We've had a few dealings with her to try to sneak some of our stuff in there that we could track, but she's a bit smarter than she looks. Don't worry, I'm posting the name, so there you go.
Oh, thank you.
I got you. And then there is the Master of Assassins. Such a droll name, but Ziraj the Hunter. Yes, I know, it's quite a funny name, but seems to be pretty good with a bow himself. We've had a few run-ins with him. Oh, these are the ones. They are all, for the most part, loyal to this Davil. They are interesting bunch. Dabble in the same trade we do, minus the assassinations, of course.
Right, and they're definitely preferable to Manchun. At least you can keep a thumb on them. At least you know them.
Yes, I was about to say, preferable is not quite the word I'd use, but we do have so far worked out an uneasy alliance with Davin.
Sorry, I asked that badly. I apologize. My manners were elsewhere.
Oh, it's fine. I've heard worse.
Still, I do apologize. That was badly put.
I'll just have to tell your mother that she didn't raise you properly.
I know. She'd be right ashamed.
She makes her own set of screw-ups every once in a while, too. It's nothing to be,
Oh?
burn yourself over.
Wait, no, do tell.
Oh, well, there was a time she spilled wine on my dress, if you'd like to hear that story. There was a time I saw her trip and fall in the middle of the street. Your father, laughing his ass off, didn't bother to help her up, but it was fun to watch for me.
So what you're saying is I get it from my mama.
Yes, surprisingly so. She seems so calm and collected, but actually has a bit of a, what's the word, clumsy streak in her.
She does.
I
love her.
see it.
Honestly, I feel like I should get to know her a little better. We've had a few dealings, but not too many.
You might enjoy each other's company.
I'll have to invite her over for dinner sometime. So, anything else I can, you need to ask of me before we get to the meat of the matter?
Wait, there's more meat?
Well, you still haven't given me your answer. We were to give lunch.
Oh.
We were giving you dinner to contemplate. Once again, I cannot emphasize how dangerous the job you'll be undertaking is. If any of them catch wind of what you're trying to accomplish, it could turn Wadeep against you quite quickly. We'll do what we can to shield you from the blowback, but masked lords are nothing to trifle with, even from other masked lords.
Have they outlined the exact ramifications of what happens if we get caught? What are the risks of this? What kind of
Well, as long as you
behavior or
as long as you don't try to kill them, your life should be safe. But for one, they can make sure no one in Waterdeep ever does business with you. The nice little tavern you have going up will probably not even get off the ground.
You'll help us, right, Mert?
Well, I will do what I can, but I can't shield you from everything. They are just as powerful as I am, if not more so in some cases.
Khaleesi's pondering that.
Well, exile is obviously another thing. If you're caught if you're caught trying to steal or break into their places or something along those lines, they can make a fair trial, rather difficult for you. Of course, that's something we can at least protect you from.
Is there any kind of law against just taking their mask off?
Intentionally exposing a masked lord, punishable by exile, and most likely you will meet a unfortunate end while on the road.
Okay.
As I said, quite dangerous.
Is that considered assault in the code legal?
Well, of course it would be considered assault, but again, attacking a masked lord would probably, their pride would be more hurt than anything. And that's
Right.
what you don't
So
want to step on.
The majority of them, though, are just the Lord's weight. They have a lot of weight to pull in town.
Yes,
And they could pull that not in our favor.
very much so. In fact, they can, even some of his fellow guardsmen could easily be persuaded to look the other way should you be found in the streets somewhere.
Drunk? What?
Body.
A body, yes.
Oh. Okay.
Then,
Get drunk.
It would be a little harder to hit Vern, but even nobles aren't free of their vengeance, so to speak.
Now, if we find out they're the traitor, do we take care of them?
No, if you find any information, and if they are in fact compromised, as we believe, then you to bring it to us. Mert will be more capable of dealing with matters quickly, but I can always get information to Mert and set us in motion to lessen their influence and hopefully take them down altogether. But
is there a way to know? Recently, we found out that some spells might addle the mind or take control of a person without their realizing. Is there a way
Yes.
to recognize that kind of magic?
Oftentimes, the person will act outside of their normal behavior. Depending on the spell, such physical effects like glassy-eyed looks, unresponsive to outside stimuli. Excuse me. Whew. Wine's coming back on me. There are many ways. If you can also detect magic, that's one way. If it's something more insidious, maybe a detect curse could find you out for you, but
What about if we find that? What about anyone? You know anyone that can remove curses?
depends on the type of curse, really. But I know a few who might have the ability to.
Great.
Oh.
When can you get us in touch with them?
Don't know if there's any strong ones here in Waterdeep. At least that's not like a wandering mercenary of some sort. Neverwinter, I know of a few I could probably call upon and have them here by the end of the week, possibly, and maybe
You should do that.
sooner.
It'd be very.
I don't have any. Are you asking me to help you?
Yes. Please help me.
There are more polite ways to do so.
Oh.
Certainly, I can reach out and see if I can have someone here.
Wunderbar.
Okay. I will contact my contacts. Anything else? Anything else still?
I mean, I don't have any other questions. What about the rest of you?
I have nothing. Appreciate
I wonder how
the
the hell you are alive
information.
sometimes.
Beautiful company.
So kind. Well then, my question from before still stands. If you are willing to take this job, we would be much obliged and willing to properly reward you. If not, then, well, no hard feelings. But I will.
Okay, so at a game, it seems like I don't want to just immediately write it off as not important because it's a side quest. I think in character, Crawford's definitely down to clown with this whole thing. As I look across the table at party, do they reflect a similar disposition? Crawford is probably going to be in on this.
Roll insight. No. I mean, again, this is y'all's decision. If you want to take on this quest, then yes, you can. If not, then
Do we have to decide? I mean, you gave us dinner to
yes,
consider this.
It is something we would need the answer to. Preferably.
Do you mind
tonight.
if we convene in a separate room to discuss it amongst ourselves?
Certainly, you can return to the study if you wish. We'll remain here.
Is my second serving here?
Your second serving has come. Yes.
I'm gonna take it with me.
Okay. I can have Archibald carry that for you if you'd like.
Did Archibald cook dinner as well?
We have cooks, but he normally participates. Yes.
Okay. Wait, is this Archibald's great granddaddy?
Or no, grandfather? Grandfather.
Grandfather.
You don't know.
I
Who's
know.
Archibald?
Who's Archibald? It's just a butler. I don't know what you care about. Would you like to roll
Okay.
history on the history of the Greywater family?
What class is your butler?
No, I would like to roll for the future of the Greywater family. At any
We
rate,
retire to the other room.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
to give us a chance, I figure we probably want to talk about this. So,
Yeah.
because I'm in the voting yes corner, I'll sit on the yes side of the table.
Well, this is in game. This is a personal decision. Out of game, obviously, I'm probably
Be a group decision. Yes.
probably a group thing, but
Crawford and Everton were the only people to say yes, then we would do things different than the upcoming operation and like of the tavern, in theory, right? Or does this kind of have to be everyone commits to it? Was that kind of the stipulation, or is that not a requirement?
I mean, technically not a requirement. It's more of it would be easier for me to plan for things if you're all doing the same thing and not doing different things.
Cool. Let's 12 angry men this shit. I say yay.
I say aye.
I say pay me.
You will be paid.
Yeah, there's payment involved.
Wait, are we doing this privately?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, we're in
you're
a
in the
separate
separate
room.
Well, I mean, I would. I'm kind of in it for the payday, but I need some assurances that you guys are gonna actually do this right instead of like what happened when we tried to go undercover with Everett, because that was a clusterfuck.
I don't have any idea of what you want me to say.
Is that Crawford, or is that?
I will intentionally not fuck it up, I guess. I appreciate the confidence. I mean, first and foremost, right? I intend on doing it to the best of my ability. I can't guarantee anything, as that's not how this works.
I think what he was talking about is there was maybe a slight lack of follow through with that.
There was not a lack of follow through. It's not my fault the lady wasn't home.
No, I don't think you're talking about that one. Or unless you were, I don't know.
What?
Maybe I'm.
No,
I'm
you're
lost.
talking. You're talking about the trip to the hub, I assume.
Yeah.
And the fact that
One was just like, you know what? I'm just going home and go to sleep. Fuck this.
Oh, it was very disjointed.
it was.
Is what you were saying.
Yeah, we
it's
did
like-
not. I think everything went very well. We just did not stick the landing.
Except
Yeah.
the part where Crawford just walked off on us when we had a credible witness to get to the bottom of Crawford. We had a credible witness.
No, we agreed, like in character during the session, what we were going to do.
And while we were there, Roland and I were like, no, we should hold on to this guy and do a genuine interrogation. And you were like, peace, bitch.
No, it was that he was too drunk and we attempted it and it didn't work.
So we would take him to a place later on to sober up. And what would we do when he sobers up? We would get answers, Crawford.
Yeah,
And so-
two of you seemed like you were on that. Were you
Well-
not on that?
Well,
They
you-
let the man escape immediately, so I don't think they were on that.
yeah, clearly that was not enough.
What
In
I
fairness,
believe
Ken-
Lisa is saying is that he needs your help, and if we're doing this, we're all doing this together, which I think is the point, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. If we all agree to do this, then improved communication over the last time. We have a more concrete game plan going in. Not that we have that much information to act on. And situations are fluid inherently, but we can talk it out a little bit more beforehand.
We should definitely ask the Lady Haventree what kind of evidence we should be on the lookout for. What
Well-
would be, the damning bit?
Certainly.
Depends on who we're going after.
Before that, I think, just among ourselves,
we need to make a pact, maybe even a blood pact. That one, no walking away from each other, no matter how much our spidey sense is tingling from our gods that this is a bad situation. We stand our ground. Can you agree to that, Ever?
No.
God damn it.
Wait, what do you? Hold on.
Okay, let me phrase it this way, Clesius. If I tell you that there is a danger that we are not ready to face, will you trust me and come with me to save our lives, or will you insist that we all stand and die together for no reason?
Me? Hell yeah. But
You'll
If-
listen to me when I say it's dangerous? I doubt it.
but the thing is this: if, for example, Crawford, Kin, and I don't know who else might be there helping us, decide to stay and fight, you can't just, you have to respect the fact that your friends and partners are putting their lives on the line for something they believe in. I don't want to have to do the thing where we, like, after the person is trapped in a hole, run back and say no, because that's
Okay,
what
here. Just to clarify a few things. One, we were not fighting for our lives. That was before we did something dangerous, and I told y'all to get the fuck out, and you didn't listen, and Warren died because of it. And two, yes, I will fight for you guys if necessary. I would just rather save your lives. If there is a feeling that I get, I need you to fucking trust me next time. That's all I'm saying. So if you tell me that I'm gonna die for no reason, then yeah, I'm gonna fucking walk away. And I hope you all do the same.
job is the reason, isn't it? That's
Is
what
it?
I'm saying.
Because it
That's
didn't seem to be that way last time. Last time it seemed to be Luton was the reason.
sometimes. I mean, those guys were trying to break into there for something. It was best we got to the bottom. But that's not neither here or there. What I'm looking for simply is your word, Evern. Because there's nothing else, unless you want to cast Zone of Truth on yourself, which would probably help. Love that spell.
Sure, I will cast Zone of Truth on myself right now if it will make you feel better. I will give you the same exact fucking answers.
Do it.
Wait, so what is? I don't. What are we? What are we up? What are we fighting about?
I'm not sure.
Felicia wants verification that if shit gets hairy, that yes, the plan can go sideways, but she just won't drop and walk.
I
Oh,
don't drop and walk
I
when the plan goes
think-
sideways. I
think that
literally-
yeah. I don't believe that is what happened. I think that that's a good rule of thumb moving forward. Does
Yes.
that mean that? Okay, so then majority opinion. Right? Like if things go south, it doesn't matter who says it. If most of the people agree, then the minority don't
Is
get.
it?
Yeah, they're automatically in. So anyone can call that.
So
I can be outvoted. I can start it. King can start it. Doesn't matter who. All five of us, it works super great that there will always be a majority if you actually commit to one side of the fence. And then at that point, we have to go with everyone, or things could happen. This conversation could occur again, and yeah, I think it just makes sense moving forward in dangerous situations.
All right, one of us is on board. Evern, Zone of Truth.
I don't think that's needed. And
If you insist, sure, and I'll press upon my amulet and say, I swear by Tyr to tell the truth. I will stand with you in the majority. I will fight with you. If there is something wrong, I will tell you when there is something wrong. And I expect you to listen and to do the same.
And majority rules, right?
Majority rules. Yes,
Khaleesi is
Yep.
the only one in Zone of Truth other than you.
I'm aware of that. I did that on purpose.
Okay. Make sure.
he would have to make it safe.
I moved away from the group to make sure that I only caught Clesius because he was one who insisted on the spell.
Okay.
Crawford, will you swear in the Zone of Truth?
Did you swear in the Zone of Truth?
You,
Clesius?
Huh?
You can choose to fail the spell. I have not felt you do so.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't-
choose to resist
you
or
can roll, or
for
you can
save.
auto fail. And
This is-
either way, she
Hey,
knows.
hey, who's the DM here?
Yeah, fair enough.
Wait.
you can choose to fail automatically, or you can roll to resist.
Wait,
it.
but what would failing do?
You just have to answer truthfully. You don't technically have to answer the question, but you have to speak the truth.
I could have stepped in and auto failed it. So I'm also in it.
Okay.
I never. No. Yeah.
So,
I hate,
I
just
swear-
so you all know, I hate having to use this spell on my friends. I don't like this. I don't think it's necessary. But to make Clesius feel better, there is a zone of truth.
Right
And
now
I
we're
expect him to fail to save on purpose, and everyone is staring at you right now.
He did.
I choose to fail on purpose, and I will answer it truthfully. I accept majority rules, and I will not walk away and leave you to die.
There
Thank
go.
you. Is that enough then? Like, do we need to?
There's 3 other people here. Crawford. Will
Yeah.
you zone of truth?
Yeah. Moving forward, this is not the best way to have truthfulness in dialogue.
No, this is awful. I hate it.
If it helps for now, that's fine. But this is not gonna work moving forward.
Fair. I'm drunk, and this will make me feel comfortable and feel happy moving forward on this.
Yeah, I chose to fail in majority rule.
Ken?
Yeah, you got it.
I guess Clesius chose to fail his Constitution save too on being drunk. It's just accepted.
Yeah. He's here to enjoy himself.
On that duck. This is enjoyment.
Ken
I just-
Roland,
Roland, do you swear?
do you swear to tell the
Not
truth,
how
nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
In the zone of truth.
Well, not really how I'm used to doing it, but yeah, I suppose majority rules. That works for
Is it
me.
in the zone of truth?
No, I was.
Well, we can
Making
say that we don't have to adjust. You can say that if you
Yeah.
you enter the zone if you wish to and do the swear.
Yep.
Which the zone of truth only lasts for this moment, so you can meet it in this moment. I'm just saying.
I'm
But-
I'm for the sake of story, I let it last a little longer.
Yeah. I mean, it lasts for 10 minutes. But
Oh
the
yeah,
zone
then you're fine.
It's just you could swear something in the zone that doesn't have to stay true.
It's also
It's not going to hold you to your oath, is what I'm saying. Unless
also true.
here and my amulet does that. That's a question.
you don't know.
So does Roland come into the zone of truth and swear?
Yeah, I suppose so. So it works, I guess. I'm just trying to think about how that's. The only issue is what I'm used to. What I'm used to is that yes, we have discussions, but there's usually a leader, and they get final say. Just because
He wants
You know-
a chain of command.
yeah, if you have a life or death situation, this whole situation can get messy.
We're aware.
Just so you know. But if that's the way you guys want to do it, I have no complaints.
It would make me very happy. So does he come into the zone of truth and swear?
Yes.
So he failed this thing on purpose?
Mhm.
Clesius blurts out, "Are you a narc?"
I end the spell.
Well, I was about to say you don't technically have to answer.
The heck is a narc?
Clesius, that's literally why I hate doing that spell. You can't use it to your advantage. We don't trap our allies in a spell like that. It's fucking rude. Friendships are based on trust, and you can't trust someone who demands things of you.
Well, friendship is a strong word. Known him for 2 days. He seems like a solid person, but trust
Okay.
is earned.
Well,
That's
friendship is based
absolutely
upon
fair.
truth. To get to truth, or to get to friendship, you have to start with truth. Is that not right?
The zone of truth. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But if
Ugh,
it's true,
I'm going back to
Technically,
your-
this
Right,
isn't
you- I
this
no.
isn't the first time Roland's gotten zoned of truth.
Yeah, that's the
and the Vajra
weird
thing.
magic. Are we going back? Can we end the encounter?
Everyone just walked out of the
You
room,
and
threw
the
her hands up in the
encounter.
air, and fucking walked off. She's tired of this.
Everything go all right then.
Well, I thought this discussion was supposed to be if we wanted to do the job or not. What?
You already know my vote, so
Yeah, you know mine as well.
For-
Either you're
Ken
With
Ken
her, you are.
has said she's going with you and her with Crawford and Avern. That makes majority.
Yep.
There we go.
At least he just wanted security that he wouldn't be left alone to die. If we go down, we go down together.
Damn,
Everyone
that was some cool movement right there. I liked it.
visibly comforts herself at the table and recomposes herself and goes, yes, everything is fine. We just had, you understand that there are a lot of risks, of course, so we just had to have that discussion. I thank you for the
understand.
brief moment to come to part with that.
Yes, we totally weren't listening to everything you said, but no.
Everyone immediately flushes bright red just in case.
Oh, you're fun to tease like your mother. Anyway, so do we have we decided?
Yes, we have. We will investigate this at least until the bar is open and possibly after. That was, hold on. Just to be clear, out of character, these were proposed as something to do within the 9 days leading up to the bar. Did the NPCs understand that this is kind of like, we will look into this while there is a period of time that we're not actually actively working on something, or is this something they expect to be done to its completion?
They expect to be done right now. No, it was left to on your own time kind of deal.
Okay, but it does sound like there's a time component to this, since they were like, we'd prefer you to start tonight, right?
Yes, they would prefer it to be done as quick as possible. However, they understand with the what they're asking.
Yeah.
And is there any kind of, like, what do they want as far as proof, as far as us concluding, quote unquote, this investigation? Like, what is if we find nothing, we just tell them we found nothing?
If your investigation turns out nothing, then we'll pay you for some hazard pay, but if you find anything you can think of as evidence, such as a ledger, notes, letters, anything that might be, or if you
tangible, actionable information.
Yes, if you follow them and can confirm a meeting with the Manchun or one of his people, that's usable as well.
Basically, looking for any sign of communication between them and
Manchun.
Okay.
Yes. Communication, information.
It's a flotsam, but we actually have a little bit of information to go on.
Yes, it's not merely this guy's an evil sack of shit and is wandering the streets of Waterdeep somewhere.
Yeah, keep an eye out. White human male.
Yeah, essentially, yes. We've actually arrested 3 people we believed were Urstel. All of them were wrong.
I ask this not to offend, but just to cover the bases.
I am very offended already, but continue.
You'll not be, if these folk are innocent of this, you'll not be using this information against them, anything that we turn up?
In what regard? If you turn up that they are working with Manchun, we'll use it against them, but otherwise...
Of course. No, of course, I understand that, and if they're breaking the law, obviously that's...
Expose it, yes. We can use it against them, but no,
we're
not...
We learn family blackmail, or...
Yes, we're not going to use it to further our own standing, if that's what you're worried about.
I'm not worried about it, but I do have to ask, so yes. Thank you for answering.
No, we merely want to find the mole and hopefully get a step closer to finding the puppet master, as it were.
Okay, cool.
But still very insulting.
I'm
going to cry myself to sleep tonight, and it's all your fault.
Snickers is that.
Everyone looks across the table at Ken like, please help me.
Ken's apparently still back in the meeting room.
Everyone looks across the table at Roland and makes a face like, God help me.
No, let it play out.
Right, I do apologize. I didn't mean to offend. It just, my code of honor, I am... Everyone immediately talks herself into silence in the bottom of her glass.
It's been a long night forever.
You are just adorable.
Well, thank you so much for your time. But
course.
I think with that just beautiful finale, we will see ourselves out and be in touch.
Well, you haven't told me if you've accepted or not.
Oh, we
Did we
did.
not
Did
say
you?
that?
You,
Yeah.
You asked if there's information I wanted, but no. Well, if you have, then I guess there's no need to push things too much further. Crawford, if you could stay back a moment.
Actually, I was going to ask if we have a hunch about somebody doing wrong, but we can't confirm it. Is there anybody in the Harpers who might be able to keep an eye out for?
Certainly, we have a number of agents we can send to watch.
Is it Growlhound again? Because we've done this before.
It is the Growlhound again.
we already have agents watching the Growlhounds. We can send more if you'd like.
Oh my god.
I mean, they are nobility. They have
God, no.
a certain level of protection. We can't just invade their
No, I
home.
just wanted to
But
make sure that we, had eyes on the estate and whatever.
It's only a matter of time before they slip up.
It will be.
you're really making me think that they are Manchun. Them together.
I don't know. Ken and I have a hunch. That's all.
I shudder to think what they've done to get on your bad side, but we'll attempt to avoid it in the future.
Are we back on the crowd hunting again?
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Oh,
Get out of the house. Thank them for the nice dinner and slink out very embarrassedly.
I left to go to the bathroom. I was gonna come back and be like, okay, what I missed, but I know exactly what happened.
Nothing. You missed nothing.
You missed Everett embarrassing herself, and
The
Then
lady,
ask-
the lady Tesper walks you to the foyer. Foyer. All of you who wish to leave, other than Crawford, who has to stay or he'll die.
Felicia stays.
Okay. Well, you are in the foyer. Lady Tesper, it has been a pleasure. Please send your best to your family for me.
I will. Thank you. And of course, thank you for dinner. It was quite lovely,
Of course.
despite the subject matter. I would like to leave now.
She, Archibald holds the door for you as you leave.
thank you. Goodbye. We'll see you next week.
Of course, ma'am. Anyone else leaving? Gets a fond farewell from the lady of the house. Is there anything, Calisius, that you would like to talk about while you're staying behind, or are you just being a creeper?
So Khaleesi's got really heated into that conversation.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to eat his food, first of all. So he's gonna stay behind and finish his second serving of duck.
So you're just standing in the. Are you standing in the foyer with the plate and just eating the duck?
No, I stayed in the dining
Okay,
room.
you're still in the meeting room.
Yes.
Okay.
Did everyone else leave, or just Lady Haventree?
No, just to be clear, you're in a different room than we are. Are you using the duck to be in the same room as?
No, I'm gonna be lonely and eat that duck.
Okay. So everyone who leaves. You notice Rainier and Mert and Three String staying back, and she seems accepting of the other two, but she kind of eyes Three Strings, and he goes, it has been a wonderful evening. The duck was fantastic. I will also be making my leave. Got to get back to Yagra. Who knows what trouble she's gotten herself up to now that I've been gone. Of course.
Hey, send her an invite. I'm sure that she would probably jump at an opportunity to drink at least at a different locale. Not that the Yawning Portal isn't a beautiful establishment.
Oh, we don't keep a prisoner there. We just follow her everywhere she goes. But I will do so. Lady Haventree, Three Strings, it has been a pleasure. He leaves. He goes off into the darkness.
Do I see any teacups?
In that room, no. If you return to the dining room, there are cups, but...
Okay.
Are we sus of Three Strings? You are 100% sus of Three Strings.
Just for the dynamic sake, 3 strings was like woefully low rank for this meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are we above 3 strings now?
Currently, yes.
Or wait, are all of us or just Crawford?
Crawford definitely is, he's about to find out. You would probably be at 3 strings level, if not a little higher.
Okay.
But yours is more circumstance than anything. Like, technically rank rise, we'd probably be the same, but...
Because of what we've been stuck with, we're a little bit higher
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Ken, are you coming home with us or are you staying back a little bit? Because this is going to change who I embarrassingly spill to. Okay, good.
Homeward bound. Good night, Miss Summerstar. I will look into your family if you'd like. Is Roland leaving?
I assume Roland is leaving. He's standing at the door with me.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Roland, it has been a pleasure. She extends her hand to you.
Yes. And I do whatever I'm supposed to do with that.
Shake it, kiss it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
But,
Everett whispered, just bow and kiss it.
It's a little more formal. She's a little more formal with you, as you are not one of the.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the gentle kiss on the hand. It's always an honor.
Yes. When you do speak to Mr. Silvermane, do pass along my regards.
Oh, of course.
She'd do that with a wink.
A bit of a wink. I don't know. You left. You don't know. Now, where did Clesius run off to?
He doesn't run.
Rude.
Damn, Ken.
Bird.
Dude, I was the only one dashing around when the town got attacked.
What do you
Except for
mean?
the other
I was
two.
about to say everyone was dashing around.
Everyone was dashing around.
You were actually the last one to dash.
I was going through buildings and shit, like I was in a John Woo movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were very action hero.
hiding in the building, launching spells
You.
through the window. I liked it. But if you're staying in there, I'll find him in a bit. Actually, Archibald, if you could see him out when you get a chance, of course, ma'am. Now, Mr. Alrain, to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I have to admit, when Rainier told us to bring you into the fold, I was a bit hesitant at first, but you've proven yourself reliable. It would seem your group is going to be more entwined with our plans than I had originally intended. As such, there may be times where I need to contact you directly. And as she says that, she pulls out a little statuine figure and a raven, black, almost looks like it's made of onyx. She whispers some kind of command word to it, and you watch as this, almost like a snake shedding its skin, the onyx just kind of crumble away off, and these dark midnight-like wings unfurl, and the bird flies over to you, lands on your shoulder. This is a very interesting item. Mrs. My Raven, and she speaks a word in Elvish, which means, as you speak Elvish midnight. If you are to see this raven, it means I have personally sent a message to you. He will deliver the message. I tell you this so you don't accidentally try to shoot it down, mistake it for attacking you, and then she's kind of side her eyes, Mert. I'm just going to say, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've seen the Birds movie.
Birdemic specifically.
Yeah.
It was his favorite opera. But yes, he will personally deliver messages to you. Should I have something to convey to you? Please, please, do not attempt to kill him.
Absolutely. I look it over. This thing, which doesn't help its case, is literally just looks like a raven, right?
Currently, it is a raven.
Right. Okay. I'm honored, and I will keep an eye out for your special friend. We seem to have a knack for getting involved with things that seem above our head at times.
Yes. Seemingly so. Honestly, I did not realize we gave you what we believe to be easy jobs to start out with, and it seems out you were confronted with quite a few unsettling situations.
How it seems to be in Waterdeep.
You don't have to tell me. Also, should you need a place to lie low, I can grant you cover here for a small period of time. Let you shelter any storm that might be chasing you. I would prefer you lose whatever storm is following you, but you are welcome to hide out here, so to speak. As well as my mansion. Here, Mert, if you're ever in the North Ward. Sea Ward, I should say. We are in the North Ward.
I appreciate the offer for both of you, and I assume that extends to my fellows as well.
Well, yes, them as well.
Speaking of which, I want to trust Roland. I've only known him for 2 days, and he seems already quite enthralled with everything. If you don't mind, if there's any way to keep an eye on him. I want to trust him. He seems like a good man, but I barely know him.
Roll a persuasion for me. Just for fun.
Good.
Jesus, 22. That's surprising from you.
The
Rolled
other
worse
one's a
than I-
natural.
Yeah, but still, when it counts. She kind of breaks eye contact with you and then looks over to Mert and Rainier, who kind of shrug at her. She's like, there is something we do need to tell you about Roland. It cannot leak to anyone else in your group, but we do know his current mission is not so, what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't as forthright with you earlier. He's currently been sent to spy on your group. The city guard, as well as Vajra, believe you may have a hand in this, or someone in your group at least, may have a hand in what has been happening in Waterdeep. We, of course, know you're not, as you are one of ours, and we have been keeping tabs on you, but
Okay.
it was a bit too many times of you being in the wrong place.
I mean, yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
Yes. Again, we don't believe any of you are, well, maybe Calisius, but the rest of you are beyond reproach, so to speak. Again,
Okay.
this is to remain outside of other
Ab- ab-
ears.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
We would rather you not sow any unnecessary discord, especially with what you are about to undertake.
Yes, I appreciate the trust and secrecy, and as always, we will do our best to uphold the tenets of the harbors that we swore.
Oh, I've no doubt.
I wanted to say thank you for Lady Gareth. She means a lot to me, and if there's anything that I can do, if it becomes too burdensome or too small of a task for you and your station, please let me know, and I will take extra steps to make sure that she is taken care of as the way that she had taken care of me.
Oh, it's no trouble. Like I said, we go back a long time.
Okay. I don't believe I have anything else. Again, thank you, and I really do expect all of you to be there in 9 days. It should be good. It's been a long time in the making, and while it may not have the same caliber of alcohol that you keep in your cellar, it should be a good time nonetheless.
Oh, well, perhaps I'll bring a bottle for your housewarming.
No, either way, we'd appreciate you being there, and all of you have a wonderful evening. As always, it's a pleasure.
Well, we wouldn't miss it for the world. Be safe. Beyond anything else, we want you to keep your heads.
As I would as well. And I give a slight bow, and I head out.
Okay. Ecclesius, you hear Crawford making his exit. Soon after, the gray-haired butler walks into him and says, "Oh, there you are. The lady and your friends are retiring for the evening.
Okay.
So we are requesting you to leave."
Well, I was done speaking with the lady.
Oh,
I just have to eat my food.
well, I can return it to the dining room if you'd like, and we can finish whatever conversation you have.
Let's do it. And I follow him out.
Okay. You return to the dining room. Mert, Rainier, and the lady are all gathered around at the end of the table, whispering. No, not whispering. They're talking in more hushed voices, but
Do I pick up anything interesting?
roll perception. You overhear a few things. The name Roland comes up. Also, Growlhound. You hear, in fact, the sentence from Mert, who's a little less quiet. It's like, I just don't know why they hate the Growlhounds so much. They've literally, maybe we need to be looking into them. They have something, obviously. Yes, but why would they be keeping it from us? I can tell you it was probably just a whim, but I'll continue to have my agents look into it. And at this point, they all look up and he's like, yes, Clesius, I'd assumed you had left already. Is there something we can help you with?
That. I never said my farewells.
Oh, you disappeared on us. We saw the rest of your friends, but...
Oh, your food was heaven. I had to finish eating all of it.
Oh, understandable. My chefs are excellent.
My mother always said never let a bite go to waste.
Your mother is a wise woman.
He gives out a jolly laugh as he kind of buries his big belly in his...
It is... you cut out at the end.
He holds his belly in his hands and he releases a laugh.
Was there something you needed? The rest of your group has left, and...
As you may have noticed, I am the most cautious member of my party.
They
Now,
are rather trusting, especially of spies, but...
This is a life or death job you've offered us, and we've accepted. My only thing is, in case things go sideways, you must have some kind of safe houses where we may be able to retreat to for safety, not just your home, which I personally think is a terrible idea for any of us to return to in case we are, being hunted.
You didn't hear that earlier conversation, so you don't know if she offered the homes as a safe house.
Got it. Well, I mean, okay, fair enough. I'll recount that. In case of, we were being hunted, we need safe house, blah, blah.
Yes, as I said, there are a few safe houses around Waterdeep. I acquired the windmill and its surrounding land for potential use as another, but you seem intent on me selling it. But that would have been one. I will send a map to Crawford.
Certainly, you don't have to tell us all of them. Just, could talk with these guys, strategically give us a few that we could fall back to, maybe somewhat close to where these people that we're hunting are investigating. Excuse me, not hunting, not trying to kill them.
Prefer you know.
Might be so that we can actually have a place, a centralized camps to work out of,
Of
or
course.
retreat.
Like I said, I'll have a map sent over to Crawford.
Wonderful. That was primarily my main concern. Thank you very much for hosting me, and may the God favor you in your endeavors. And I look to the butler. All right, take me out.
It was a pleasure having you here.
Thumbs up.
Archibald, ma'am. He leads you to the door, holds it open. Have a pleasant evening, sir. Oh, he actually retrieves your coats. All of you got your coats back.
What kind of name is Archibald?
It's a family name, sir.
Is this something your family does for to trade?
Yes, we are a prestigious family of butlers. Based mainly here in Waterdeep, and a smaller family branch in Neverwinter.
Would you have any recommendations for anyone either in your family or other families for butlers that may be looking for work?
Well, I mean, ask that question again.
Do you have any family that is up and coming that may be looking for work as a butler, or maybe for some other families?
Well, normally we serve the same family, but my son is currently, I believe, looking for work, but he's, last I heard, was heading north.
Has he left Waterdeep yet?
I believe so, yes.
Well, do send him a message. We could definitely use a butler.
I will pass it on. You actually kind of, you notice him kind of brighten up at the prospect a little bit, but have a wonderful evening, sir.
How much money do I got?
Currently, I don't know. What does your sheet say?
I give him a silver.
Okay, easy enough. Oh, sir, this is not required.
I know. But it's warranted.
Thank you, sir. He pockets the silver.
And places nods with his tip of the hat, and goes home.
Okay. So you all return to Trollskull Manor.
Is CJ okay?
CJ's been at your heel for most of the night.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Unless you had something specific you wanted him doing.
Did he find the deed?
He did not.
Yes!
The
You
long
got it.
time.
Best dog ever.
Actually, you are on this map. So you just all returning to Trollskull, or?
Yeah, I'm going home. It's late.
It's after dinner time. We have to go home.
It is definitely late evening.
The
Where
rules.
is there? I need to change the fucking picture for that. You return home. Kids have gone to sleep. You hear rumblings from down in the basement, and Lady Gareth is the only one who seems to be awake by the fire, reading a book.
Oh, man.
Why is Roland here?
I mean, I don't know.
Roland had to escort Evern home.
Well, it's late and our home is closer.
You don't know that.
We do.
I was say they do know that.
Well, I'm talking to him.
They have had quite the conversation.
We are having a chat. It is an important chat. We are just kind of following our feet for the moment. Thinking of, now that we're out loud, what did Yalister and Everdon say?
She's still missing. They don't know where she is.
Did they tell you where she was posted, when she was last seen, who she was posted with?
Oh shit. Yeah. She was at the north gate. There's another guard. I don't remember his name. He's a kind of a built half elf. Kind of unique because usually skinny, but
She live with you?
well,
Were you living in sin?
no.
Does that concept exist in Waterdeep?
I don't know. Maybe.
For the city of sin.
This is Las Vegas.
This is
Jewel and Orc.
Fantasy Las Vegas Simulator.
So the night that we lost.
Depending on where their house is, we can stop by on our way to visit other people that we need to talk to.
Who's up? Wait, what?
We're gonna find your girlfriend. We're going to do it.
Ah,
I realize that it takes away from our main events, but Calisius doesn't trust you, and you need to be part of this party. So if we get you your girlfriend, you'll trust us, and you'll like us, and we'll be good friends.
Or we could just save her because she needs saving. Maybe she doesn't need saving. Maybe she's perfectly happy. Or doing some. Maybe she just got absorbed in a work project for 3 days, 5 days.
no, I don't think you're. I thought you were following along, but now I realize you're not. See, she went missing on the same night that that mess happened at the City of the Dead.
Right.
All we found was blood.
The North Gate. I know Crawford mentioned that the 2 guards there were missing. She was one of them, I assume.
Yes. So.
And we had suspected the necromancer, but we didn't see her body amongst those we fought, right?
No.
But now the necromancer is apparently fucking walking around the city again.
Right.
So you think that he held her back, whether she's alive or dead?
Yes. Well, she didn't turn up anywhere else that I know of. This brings me back to you guys. I mean, that the whole reason I came to you guys to begin with. You seemed really tied up in this, and I thought that either you would stumble onto the necromancer or he was going to come to you.
Well, that was an apt assumption.
Okay, no, I added that last part in. I didn't suspect that, but that's what happened.
Well,
right now I'm hoping he comes back to you guys again. Well, not really, because you guys are pretty cool, but like I'm hoping.
Suffer under his thumb once more.
Yeah, I'm sort of hoping that wherever you're going, kind of leads you back. It seems like.
Roland, at this point, wherever we're going, it seems you're going too.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that? I mean, you know that kind of what we're up against now. It's not just an isolated necromancer, it's an organized web.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I was sort of expecting, but
Than you were expecting. Imagine our surprise. We were just trying to open a tavern.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Now that you mention it, you kind of just. That's kind of wild.
All we did, we helped a friend, and then suddenly we're here.
Are you gonna sleep here tonight? It's kind of late. It's probably not safe for you to walk on your own. I realize that you're very capable and you have a spear, but it would just be easier.
That's a glaive, mind you.
Glaive? What's the difference? I can't use either.
This does the choppy thing. The spear does the pokey thing.
It's like my sword. Mine does the pokey thing, versus, a long sword would do a slashy thing.
And if you have a mace,
Oh
then
dear,
that's
the longsword would do the pokey thing too.
Well, I guess you could poke someone with a longsword, but it's more likely that you're going to slash at them.
You don't use
Pretty
the
good
swords
balance of
very
both.
often, do you?
Huh?
This is Lady Gareth, by the way, by the fire, listening in the conversation.
Oh, I was like, what? God?
Yes, dear.
God is proficient.
Oh, sorry, Lady Gareth, we didn't mean to keep you up.
Oh no, I was just enjoying my book. I just didn't want to interrupt.
Reading.
What are you reading?
Something on raising a child. I'm not sure. It was one of your books up there. I had.
From the library, it's Khaleesi's cry book.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
It's really sad if this is what he's going through, but you know, with the young girl and all. The orphan.
Everyone snickers
You
helplessly.
shouldn't laugh. It's really mean. His daughters don't love him.
You can't just say that.
Was she not talking about the new orphan?
Yeah.
Good lord.
I was
Laugh
I
at
was
that.
speaking on the young blonde girl whose name I've forgotten because it's been a few weeks.
Daria.
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 Yes, that's right.
They had a whole
Na, na,
comic
na,
book.
Daria.
na, na. Sorry.
Shush you.
It's a tick. It happens whenever you say her name. I think it must be a spell.
Or a curse.
It's cursed. Well, you know, you might want to get it looked at.
Hmm.
Hey, when Kin gets another level, she might be able to heal that for you.
Maybe.
I saw that.
Yeah, let's prioritize that curse.
I mean,
So we
and
Earth again being like, nah, it's not doing anything.
I was supposed to say, in all fairness, Khaleesi's is just a gaping wound that doesn't actually do anything. Just looks gross.
Just disgusting.
Sure.
It would give him disadvantage if he was ever had his arm out, but it's always covered. So
Well, fill in the beans.
Ouch.
Ouch.
anyway, sorry,
Question?
didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
Evan, have you been in Warren's room?
No, I haven't felt it right. I should probably. I don't know what to do with that. Do you? You're the one who.
No, I don't. But he does have a fountain that does magic things. I don't know what magic things it does, but I'm kind of curious.
Hasn't Clesius been in there?
He tried to drown me in it.
Oh.
I want to know why he tried to drown me in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, nope. I can't make any excuses for that. I have no idea what that one does. Didn't it appear the same night that the rest of our, stuff did?
Yes.
Was Warren
He didn't share.
was Warren religious? I feel like a bad friend.
Oh,
Find out what the
it's Dirk. Oldborn Dirk. That's the other guard's name. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Wait.
continue. I was not.
Sorry, who was the other person?
Sorry.
Old work? You need to add that to the document.
Last name is a weapon? That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's. From what I heard, he was kind of a badass.
Fuck yeah. My next character's name is Billy Bastard Sword.
I'm remembering that.
Okay, and that was the bulky half elf.
Yep. I'm sorry to interrupt. It came back to me all of a sudden, and
Absolutely shredded.
he's extra shredded now.
Oh.
Just like your wife.
Wow. Oh my
Hey.
Oh,
god.
wait, no, I'm sorry. Spoilers.
Don't say that. She's still alive.
Anyhow,
Do you want to go up to Warren's
I'm
room?
going to grab Evern and Roland's hand, and we're going to Warren's room to look at the strange fountain.
Oh, I'm part of this too. Okay.
Oh, you are part of
You are now.
You're part of this, sir. If
You
I'm
head
part
up.
of this, you're part of this.
room is mostly untouched. A little dusty. Fountain still seems to be flowing.
Everyone took her boots off outside the door because she feels it's not appropriate to walk on the carpets with her boots on.
That's very kind of you. And too bad you trucked mud through the rest of the house, but yeah, as long as the
Yeah,
carpet's
the rest of the house I don't care about.
You pull back the curtain, the litany of rugs with a large, comfortable pillow in the middle.
Do the rugs have any significance?
I don't think
Do
they
they look like? Do they have mountain pictures on them? Like what do they look like?
Hey, Warren.
I think these were found locally, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Kind of cheaper too, not like super expensive.
They're not
Yeah.
like weren't nailed into the floor or anything, right?
No. Nope.
Okay, I'm checking for an instruction manual for the fountain.
Yeah.
Roll investigation?
Where are words? 6.
I mean, you start digging into the rugs, going through, looking for any hide or hint, and you realize it's kind of dark, and you don't know which way you came in from.
How much wine did you drink last?
It's a pretty thick batch of rugs.
It's
I
very
mean-
dark in here. No one brought in a candle. Why didn't you bring in a candle, Everett?
Oh, it's the blind group. Shit.
I tap my amulet and cast fucking light.
It is the room lights up. You see her, the shape of her figure underneath one of the rugs in the corner.
I kind of want to pounce on it like a cat would, but I don't.
With it's magical.
Instead, I cast detect magic. What school of magic is this?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Is it like divination?
I think it's divination. if I remember correctly.
Information.
Yeah, it's been a while. That fountain just kind of exists.
It uselessly now.
I'm going to plunge my hand into the fountain.
Nice and cool. Water.
Do I know anything about divination magics?
Kind of.
Like,
just roll
would
Arcana, I guess.
Okay, I was gonna say, would I assume that it's the surface of the water that's, like a...
You
Ooh.
don't know.
Okay, never mind.
You cast your spells through the power of your god. You know next to nothing about the arcane world
Cool.
outside of it.
I cast guidance at it.
You cast guidance at her or the thing?
At the thing.
At the fountain? The fountain feels guided.
That doesn't work.
I was going to ask if, it was like a scrying kind of divination spell, which you would use generally look into a flat surface for, but apparently everyone does not know that, so...
I mean, you can try to use it.
I stare deeply into the water.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. It is cool. It is refreshing. You can drink it if you like.
I think that it has a magic word attached to it.
Maybe? Did you try a sip of this when Calisius tried to drown you in it?
Well, he tried to drown me in it, so I got a lot of it in my lungs.
So, yes, you tried it. Okay, nothing happened, I guess. Unless you're...
I remember now.
Does Ken have any of the divination magic taint on her?
I mean, technically she never tried to use it. She just was shoved into it, but...
Okay. So the stuff in her lungs did not change her person.
If you want to make an Arcana check too, you're more than welcome.
Can you take them in advantage or something? Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Goddamn.
Nice.
I've had an epiphany.
Easy 25.
You examine it. You don't know much about the actual runes themselves. But you, going off of what she said, do you have Scry as a spell yet? I don't think you do.
It's a 5th level spell.
It's 5th level. Yeah, I don't think you have it yet.
But can eventually learn it.
You've heard of spells that allow you to potentially spy on something, remote view it. This one seems to be able to do that, but also is capable of doing something much greater. Almost being able to pierce through the veil of time itself at the cost of great energy. You feel like you know how you should be able to activate it. You do everything you believe is right, but it's not activating for you. And you kind of ponder for a moment, and you sit there and you think, maybe I have to attune to it. And you try to attune to it, but get the feeling that something else is already attuned to it.
Oh shit. Where's Warren's spirit?
Shit.
You don't know.
That can mean a number of things.
And we can end it there for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That's 2 for 3 things that I need to say that Warren is alive. There are problems with this.
Wait, what was the 2 thing? What was the first thing?
The fact that Kalemzar had not seen his spirit.
Oh, I thought he just hadn't seen any spirits at all, so I disregarded that one.
Yes, he hasn't really seen any spirits from Waterdeep. He can't see into Waterdeep.
Dope.
I specifically asked about Warren, and he was like, nah, I haven't seen him in the City of the Dead. Now, there is still someone attuned to this fountain, which I'm not sure if you can do that when you're undead.
Yep.
Might be undead.
With a natural 20, I'll say you know specifically that undead kind of don't have it. When you attune to something, it ties itself more to your soul than your body.
So the soul is somewhere on this plane still, technically.
Yep.
Cool.
Sure. If that is what you want to take from that, then you're more than welcome to.
So he is either alive,
Or their souls are
bodes
not.
well for Roland's partner.
Or the fun part of this is that there's a bunch of souls who are not allowed to go, maybe being trapped somewhere,
Oh, shit. Yeah.
which would make sense. But who is trapping them and how, and for what
And
reason?
why?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of this.
Who
That's
knows?
All fun, good
cool.
stuff down here in Waterdeep.
Incidentally,
That-
before we actually do end, I just thought that was a cool cliffhanger to end it on. But Clesius, Crawford, anything you're doing on your way back?
Do I have any reason to believe that Calisius didn't leave with the group? Because I'd wait for him if I knew that he was still in the house, but I don't know if I did know that.
Apart from the fact that he wasn't with the group when we were all walking away.
Well, neither was
I don't
Crawford.
think
Though. Crawford
that I
just
went
didn't
out
do
to the-
anything.
Yeah, I didn't go out.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, you don't.
Okay.
You didn't
That's
see
all-
him, and you had already left that room before, so for all you know, he's left.
Right. Okay. Then I would just go back, make small talk with Lady Gareth, and keep her company by the fireplace.
Okay.
That
Clesius,
is it.
on your way home, anything you're doing?
Am I being followed?
Roll perception.
Yes. It is Night of the Dead.
Hey, where'd my thing go? Once again.
No, yeah, it's quiet night. You notice a few guard patrols, but other than that,
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home.
all right. You all make your way home. Find yourself to your bed. Some of you with new knowledge that you can ponder over. And that is where we will end it tonight.
Whee!
Nice.
Everyone say goodnight to the recording.
Good night.
Good night.
Horrible nightmares.
Whoa.
Damn.